YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Higurashi. Last time, very emotional segment where Hanyu struggles with the idea of birthing her child with Ritu, but with the combined efforts of Ryun Ak and Ritu, it all worked out. So yeah, let's just get right into this. Shino put her lips on the small dish and tilted it. I watched on nervously for a moment. Oh no, her cooking. The air in the kitchen felt strained. A cold and quiet presence hung over the room, with the surface of a lake without any waves. Also, allergies are hitting super hard, boys. It's ragweed season, so if I sound sick, it's because of that. Sorry about that. I was waiting for Shino to pass her judgment like a prisoner on trial. And as time continued passing after my question, my doubt turned to anxiety, and just as my anxiety was beginning to turn into fear, Shino finally opened her mouth and... Damn, is this her first good meal ever? My jaw dropped for a moment as I struggled to process what I just heard, but my bewilderment quickly turned into heartfelt joy. That was the first passing grade I'd ever received from Shino. We're cooking now, boys. That's funny. Shino gave me a thumbs up as she said that. That wasn't a certification just for matching her tastes. It was a sign that I'd passed as a wife, a human wife of this world. Swing. Let's go, Hanyu. Damn, she's saying it proud. I like that fighting spirit. Thank you, Shino, for your sacrifice. Oh my god. Bum, 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 bum.
そもそも私は女です。つまり適正で言えば男の陸よりも家事に即した感性を持っているのは自明の理で、思えば夫に料理の腕で負けているということで自分自身の至らなさに恥を感じ、どれだけ長い間剣道将来を心に誓ってきたことか。しかしそんな屈辱の日々はもうここでさよならです。
です。 Bro, she is gassing herself up. Just joking. Actually joking. Good meme. Quite some time had passed since the day I discovered my pregnancy. It would only be a few months until the anniversary of that summer day arrived. My stomach had grown considerably bitter, as a sign the baby was growing healthy. Thanks to that, I felt a lot heavier than I used to, and it was a challenge to just take a single step. Jesus. After all, if I so much as took a single step outside these days, you'd come running to me like it was the end of the world. Fair enough. I'd be spooked too. Not supposed to be moving a lot anyways, right? True. He was being so overprotective of me that it made me wonder if he'd forgotten just what I was. I mean, I assume the baby would still be hurt if you just fell on it. But by no means did I hate his consideration. If anything, it warmed my heart greatly and made me so happy. I gently rubbed my stomach and felt it. I was self-conscious of the fact that our child was growing on the other side of this thin wall. Lately, it has been kicking from time to time. Every single time made me aware of how a new life was thriving within me, filling my heart with so much joy. It wouldn't be too long until the due date. It seemed the child would arrive while the cherry blossoms were still in bloom. He's back. He can finally eat a meal without having to just taint it. Riku opened the kitchen's back door while wiping his sweat with a towel. I was just about to call for him anyway, so this was perfect timing. I'll just see this. I believe it actually, since he's such a Hanyu fanatic. But just you watch. I swear I'll give you the shock of your life. I told myself that, then I forced Riku out of the kitchen and went to work on the ingredients in front of me. Lunch today was the happiest one of my life. Riku, who I thought was a light eater up until now, consumed my meal with gusto. Oh my god, it's actually good. Finally. Hanyu was putting him on a diet with her cooking before. Oh my god, dude. Going too hard. Let him praise God for Hanyu. Let him cook. It was from that reaction I realized that Riku had been really forcing himself to eat my crappy cooking up until now. And honestly, my heart stung. It is what it is, honestly. Even so, when I saw Riku look so delighted to the extent it exasperated Shino, I was beyond happy. Jeez, don't jinx yourself. Also, don't say that, please. Feels like a bad omen. Thank you, Shino. We needed that. That's right, I'll get better and better and make more delicious meals for Riku. And for our soon-to-be-born child, too, of course. Then we'll be a loving family that'll make every meal a lively one. Always. As many days as possible for Riku and my child. The sad life of a Well, she's not eternal, but yeah, it must suck, man. It's like the vampire dilemma. The early blooming cherry blossoms, dyed by the setting sun, rustled as the wind toyed with them. The blossoming flowers would likely be in full bloom soon as well, and soon the chilly air will surely be replaced with warm, comfortable air. Enjoying the changing of the seasons, what a natural thing to do. Right now, I deeply treasured all the things I didn't know before meeting Riku. I think I paused right when she was still talking. My bad. Should I play it again? That's probably fine. My nose is dying right now.
心からお礼を言わせてください。今さら何？どうしたのよ。私は本当に幸せ者です。今までは誰かと共にあるなど、私は考えたこともありませんでした。羽生
Riku gripped my left hand, while Shino followed suit and gently wrapped her hands around my right.
私こそ感謝しています。あなたを人生の伴侶とできて、毎日がこれ以上ない幸福に満たされている。ありがとう、羽生。もう水臭いな。そういうのはいい子なし。大好きな友達のために何かができる。
Shino was based in Fanpeld, man. She was even quoting Rena last episode. Or no, not last episode. The one before that. Riku was smiling, while Shino was embarrassed. Their reactions were different, but the feelings they conveyed were the same and gentle. I was also secretly grateful to the fate that allowed me to encounter these wonderful people.
それに、もうすぐ3人じゃなくて4人になるのよ。あ、うちの旦那と子供たちも入れれば7人か。賑やかになりそうですね。そうだ。今度皆さんもここに連れてきて。
Meeting the family.
2つの家族でお花見でもいたしましょう。それもいいわね。
Wonder where the Sonozakis are. Maybe they're the ones that, like, caused the whole Hanyu dying incident. Because back in the day, Kimiyoshis were the actual, like, mayors of the town. And the Fude actually had power. And I think they said in the lore, like, the Sonozakis were, like, guards and stuff. They weren't, like, the heightened status that they are today. But he truly loves booze. My man. They were right. In just a few days, me and Riku's child would be here with us too. We'd have another person, and I was already so happy surrounded by such kind people. I was sure we'd be even happier. I gently placed my hand on my stomach as if to tell my beloved child that there are so many people who wanted to meet and spend time with it. Oh. Kit? Just then, my stomach throbbed with a stabbing pain. Oh shit, is she about to give birth? She did say a matter of days. Yep. Sounds like it. Oh boy. I thought someone like it sounds like someone's kicking, which I think might be the baby. Oh, it's the cooking man. No, I'm joking. The pain throbbed through me again. I bent over, clutching at my stomach. It felt as though my organs were being stabbed from the inside out. You. I could hear Riku calling out to me in concern, So I tried to respond, but all that escaped my throat was a scream. My body was racked with pain so intense that it wouldn't do what I told it to. It hurt to even adjust my pose slightly, so I stayed in the same position, simply enduring the pain with all my being.
まずいわね。本当に生まれそう。リク、今に布団引いて、夜間にお湯沸かしてきて。
Get the town doctor, maybe?
あ、いやでも羽生のそばを離れるわけには。
慌てないの。お父さんなんでしょ。
Well, it's hard not to panic with this music in the background, man. Sounds like a horror song.
はい、わかりました。布団にお湯ですね。今すぐ準備してきます。
羽生、羽生、聞こえてる？はい。
I nodded in response. That was the best I could manage right now.
今、リクが布団を用意してくれてるから、それが終わったら移動するわよ。無理です。こんな痛み、今まで感じたことのない。大丈夫。痛みは割とすぐに引くから。ほら、負けないで。シノ、頑張りなさい。
We've all heard that birthing is painful, obviously. I don't know, but I imagine probably pretty rough.
お母さんになるんでしょ?
My hazy mind reacted to Shino's encouraging words. A mother. That's right, I had to hang in there. I looked down at my stomach, shaking with intense pain. The child was fighting a desperate battle of their own in there, to reach the outside world, to reach us. In that case, this sort of pain was nothing. I'll do it. I'll give birth to our healthy child. Oh. What the heck?
成長はどうだろうか。ええ、順調です。
This a flashback?
とても元気に育っていますよ。
Yeah, it has to be, I guess.
そうか、それは良かった。しかし、リューンウォーク。なんでしょう。何も言わないんだな。質問の意図が理解できません。
It has horns, maybe?
どういう意味ですか、羽生。
I swallowed the words I was about to say and pondered the meaning of her question a little. Was she simply seeking an explanation like always, or...
正直、ここまでお前が私の出産に賛同してくれるとは思わなかった。こう大きくなってはまともに活動できないゆえ、いざという時、グリフィスに対抗することが難しくなる。グリフィスへの監視と対策を行うお前にとってはあまり望ましくないことじゃないのか。羽生、あなたは一つ勘違いをしています。勘違い？私はリューンウォークです。グリフィスに対する監視を行う以前に、リューンのかつての故郷よりつながる門を司る存在であり、チリジリになったリューンをつなげるのが私の役目。
So it's a second priority.
ゆえに私には多くの名が冠せられています。リューンオークと。
Brethren Linker.
ですから、各地に散ったリューンだけでなく、新たなリューンに連なるものの誕生を私は心より祝福いたします。そうか。ありがとう。それに、あなたの出産に反対しない理由がもう一つあります。もう一つ？なんだそれは。
Her thinking face always looks like she's really pissed off.
私は嬉しいのです、羽生。あなたがそんなにも感情豊かに毎日の幸せを生きる姿を見ることができて。
Aw, based AI friend. I screamed, unable to bear the pain that was splitting my body in two. The intervals between contractions had gradually grown shorter. Half a day had already passed. The sun had long set, and dawn would be making its appearance soon enough.
羽生、頑張ってください。羽生。
Riku called out to me while gripping my right hand, and I responded by gripping his hand back. I never thought giving birth would be this painful. I figured that while there would be some pain, I could take it. I'd fought countless battles as a Jedi up until now and suffered many injuries. Pain got in the way of battle, so in my many years of fighting, I tried learning all sorts of ways to dull the pain. However, nothing compares to this. My whole body felt like it was getting torn apart. The intense pain brought forth by that sensation couldn't be compared to wounds suffered on the battlefield. Internal and external pain were different to begin with, so they probably shouldn't be compared. But unlike the external pain I got used to, this internal pain I was experiencing for the first time was far too brutal. My vision flickered. I felt like I was going to pass out from the excruciating agony, but that pain snapped me back awake. After that, repeated over and over again, the pain grew even worse. Shino, who served as my midwife, shouted to encourage me. Riku, who had been holding my hand this whole time, cheered me on as well. They'd been with me ever since I went into labor, meaning they'd been doing this for about 12 hours? Is this... I mean, I guess it's back then, but like, how long does labor usually last for? How long does labor usually last? 4 to 8 hours. On average, 1 centimeter an hour. Maybe it's because she's a Griffey's. Oh, for first-time moms, it can last 12 to 19 hours. Jesus Christ, man. 12 to 19 hours of just pain? Yikes. So, for their sake too, I couldn't give in. Almost there, the baby's almost here.
Hi, ここにいますよ、羽生。
手を握っていてください。
はい、もう握ってますよ。
違う、もっと
Counter pain.
あ、はい。
Ritu gripped both of my hands tight. When I opened my nearly shut eyelids, I found Ritu looking straight at me. His brow was furrowed with concern. It seemed his soft nature was on full display. When I saw his face, a mysterious sense of ease came over me. It's all right. Since I can see him so close, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. I screamed my lungs out. I pushed with all my might. My nails dug into my palms and drew blood. But that pain was drowned out by even greater pain. Oh God, my world went white. All sensation apart from pain disappeared. And then... Whee! The long-awaited moment finally arrived. What are you gonna name the baby? We got Riku, we got Rita. Is there any other Ricky? Ricky? Rico. There's no other cute ones, huh? I faintly heard Shino's voice. There was a sense of emptiness in my abdomen. The feeling that something that had been there up until now was gone. The immense pain that racked my body until a moment ago was just a faint throb. The baby's cries echoed loudly through the house. Thank goodness. I managed to become a mother.
頑張りましたね、羽生。
なんとかやり遂げました。
I answered Riku while catching my breath. Our hands were still firmly clasped together.
羽生、リク、立派な女の子だよ。
Oh, it's a girl. For some reason, I thought it was a boy. In my head, like a boy killed her. But maybe, I don't know.
女の子。
Maybe I'm just thinking of Riku. Kind of made sense since all the Furude descendants were girls, right?
そう。ほら、抱いてあげて。
Shino was all smiles as she held a promptly washed baby, her body wrapped in a cloth so she wouldn't get cold.
この子が私とリクの子供。
My heart nearly burst with joy. Driven by the urge to hold my baby right away, I forced my tired body to move and reach out toward Shino. However... What? My arms froze halfway there.
羽生。
Horns? No horns? Why is she shot? Shino cocked her head in confusion. Riko was also watching on, with confusion. My daughter was wailing in Shino's arms. I wanted to see her now, to hold her in my arms, to celebrate her birth with Riku. But what if... A grim possibility flashed through my head, and I violently shook my head in denial.
リク。
どうしました？まだ体が動きませんか？
怖い。
羽生？
怖いです。教えてください。その子に角はありますか？
I couldn't help but ask. I was scared, so scared. Riku said it would be alright, that he'd protect me and our child. Knowing him, he was prepared to make good on his word and do anything for our daughter, even if it meant literally abandoning something. But in the end, that hadn't been enough to resolve any of my hesitations about the birth. The reason I had once considered aborting the child was so that she and Riku wouldn't be ostracized by the village, so that no one would get hurt. That was all. And that was why I was scared. If this child had horns, then she and I couldn't stay in the same village.
言ったではありませんか。たとえ角があろうとなかろうと、私が守ると。
ですが、それではリクが傷つくではありませんか。それが私は嫌なんです。
ありがとう。あなたにそこまで思われて、私はやはり最高の幸せ者です。
からかわないでください。いいから赤ちゃんはどうなのです。早く教えてください。
Once I voiced my anxiety, Riku slowly opened his mouth.
角は
Boom.
ありません。
Hornless.
赤ちゃんに角はないですよ。羽生。
Riku's words slowly worked their way into my exhausted mind. No horns. This girl to live as a human, without ever suffering as I did. And that mean neither Riku nor the baby nor anyone would have to get hurt.
ほら、羽生。
Baby. You saw it? I think so. Shino's words brought me back to reality. She was stretching her hands out to me, holding a swaddled baby. I timidly, awkwardly, and anxiously took her, then carefully held her in my arms. She was crying, making her existence known to the world. She wailed so loudly, it made me wonder where in that tiny body of hers she was producing such strength. When I shifted my gaze up from the baby's tear-stained face, I saw that there was nothing on her head. There's no need to worry anymore. The worst possible future, where I hurt Riku and the baby, had vanished. Let's go! Celebratory cries. I cried loud enough to match the baby. Baby's probably like, who's this person trying to one-up me? This child wouldn't have to suffer as I had. Riku wouldn't have to make an enemy of the village. No one would have to get hurt. It's like you're jinxing yourself, but also I respect this, man. She's so happy. You love to see it. Riku gently embraced me as I continued crying endlessly. His arms were heated with that human warmth I'd never felt until I met him. He gave me a place to belong when even I, being neither human nor Ryuin, didn't know what I was. And now there was someone else who'd given me a place to belong. This child cried in my arms just like me. And so I cried into Riku's chest for a while, then looked up. I slowly moved out of his grasp. My face must have looked horrible from that exhausting labor and the crying, but since that was the result of me doing my best for my daughter, I was perhaps even proud of that now. Oh, hit me with something. Just as I was considering leaving the thinking up to Riku like always. Ooh, what about Ryuin? Maybe not, or Ryuin, I don't know. Honor your AI buddy. I looked up at the sudden glitter of light and turned toward it. Riku and Shino quickly followed suit and saw it. It was the sunrise. Huh, never mind. The sun was poking in through a gap in the ridges. It banished the darkness and restored brilliance to the formerly colorless world. I looked in the direction Shino was indicating and saw. It was a blizzard. A dancing pink blizzard. The sun was shining on a cherry tree in full bloom, blossoming in full glory as if to celebrate the new life. Some of them had half bloomed by yesterday, but now they were all in full bloom, as if it were the height of spring. Just then, a single cherry blossom petal crossed my line of sight. The lightly dancing petal fluttered all around us, and landed on the baby's forehead. Just then I recalled my conversation with her. In addition to Riku and Shino, there was one more person who thought about me and made me happy. I had made up my mind. That's right, this child's name would be... Ota? Ryuin Ott? Is that a... I was right, I think. That's a Ott reference. Oka. What a weird name. Maybe not. Damn, maybe it's not an Ott reference. I'm wrong. Riku looked toward the garden when he heard what I had to say. He gazed at the blooming cherry tree and then answered with a smile.
いい名前です。
はい。
Riku nodded with satisfaction on his face. The scenery blossomed in full glory. The moment this child, Oka, was born. I could think of no other name more fitting for her. And what's more,
実は桜花という名には桜の花という以外にもう一つの意味があります。え、どんな意味があるの？教えて教えて。
Shino leaned forward and asked. I chuckled when I saw her rejoicing as if this were all happening to her.
私の国の言葉に桜花という単語があるのです。へえ、すごいね。違う国でも同じ発音の言葉があるなんて。で、どういう意味なの？桜花の意味は。
Yo, it isn't you not okay. Damn, it was like believing into the now into believing into the now. Now I believe again. Based. Ryun Ott deserves the reference. I remembered the name of my partner, Ryun Ott. Ott means link in Ryuan-ish. Its conjugation is Oka.
つなげるものですか。素敵ですね。いい、最高にいいよそれ。素敵な名前でよかったね、桜花ちゃん。
Shino silently pulled Oka's swishy cheek. Oka, the one who links Riku and I, the one who links Shino and I, and, if possible, I hope she can one day link humans and Ryuin. I nuzzled my cheek against Oka's and gently entrusted my dream to her. Oh, and entrusted my dream to her. Let's go! That's a fun chapter, man. Childbirth chapter, let's go. Oka. Not to be confused with Okra. Anyways, guys, we'll wrap this up now, and I guess we'll see what's raising Oka is gonna be like. Already seems goofy as fuck. Never mind, it's serious. Oh, I want to see Ryun Ott's reaction to this too. Will probably be pretty hype. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with some more Higurashi.